Now.
Roots, leaves, stem, and flowers, stem and flowers. Roots, leaves, stem, and flowers, stem and flowers. Roots, leaves, stem, and flowers, stem and flower are all parts of a plant. Good morning, boys and girls. Today we're going to be talking about parts of a plant. And there are four main parts to every plant. There's the root, a stem, the leaves, and the flower. So how many parts are to a plant? Four main parts to a plant. There are the roots, the stem, the flower, and what else? The leaves. First, we're going to talk about the roots of a plant. And the roots of a plant help support the plants. They go deep into the soil, and they absorb the nutrients and water from the ground that provides the food for the plant. So what goes deep into the earth and absorbs the water and the nutrients? The roots. Let me show you a picture of roots. This is the flower, and these are the roots. You see how it goes deep into the flower pot? So what goes deep into the ground? The roots, correct. The next part of the flower are the leaves. And the leaves catch the sunlight to make the food for the plants. These are the leaves on the plants. And every leaves have tiny little holes. They have openings to breathe in the air and take in the sunlight. So we have the what was the first part? What goes deep into the part of in the dirt? The roots. And what are these? The leaves. And what do the leaves do? They catch the sunlight to make the food. What do leaves do?
They catch the sunlight to make the food.
And what does roots do?
Go deep in the ground.
To do what? Absorb the water and the nutrients for the plant. They help support the plant. Next you have the stem. And the stem is the body of the plant. The stem connects the leaves and the flower that grow to the plant. So this main part, so the skinny part that you see right there, that's the stem. You see how the leaves are coming off of it? So they're the body of the plant. It carries all the water and the nutrients to different parts of the plant. So it takes the water to the leaves so that they can make the food. It takes the water to the flowers. So what was that? What is the body of the plant? The stem. And what goes into the ground and gets all the water and the nutrients?
The roots.
The roots. And what catches the sunlight?
The leaves.
Right. The last part of the plant is actually the flower. And it's where all the new seeds go. You know when you go outside and you see bees sometimes? They're on the flower part of the plant. So we have, what are these?
The roots.
The roots. And what are these?
The leaves.
And what is this?
The stem.
And what is this?
And
The flower, right. So there are how many major parts to every plant? Four. And what are they? The first one is what?
Roots.
Roots. And what does the roots do? You know it. What does roots do? They go deep into the ground and they absorb all the water and the nutrients to carry to the plant. And then what comes after the roots? The stem. You can do the stem. What does the stem do?
It carries the flower.
You're right. It supports the flower. It's the body of the plant. That's where the leaves and the flower comes out of. And then what else is on the plant?
The leaves.
The leaves. What do the leaves do? Catches the sunlight to make the food. That's what the leaves do. They have tiny little openings so that air can seep through and the sunlight can seep through so that the plant can grow big and pretty. And what else? What's the last thing?
Flower.
The flower, right. And what does the flower do? Make new seeds for new plants. That's where the birds and the bees come and they sit on the flower and they take the seeds and plant them in other places. Right? So what did we learn today? The parts of the what? Parts of the plant. Right? The parts of the plant. Now, how many parts does every plant have? Four parts, right? Every plant has 4 parts. Now I'm going to write down the parts so you can see them, as long as I've already told you. So the first part of a plant is what? The roots. The roots. And the roots grow out of the ground. See my roots? They grow out of the ground. And they support the plant. They carry the nutrients and the water. And then you have The leaves. Correct. What do the leaves do? Absorb the sunlight. Draw a picture of a leaf for you. There are the leaves. See the leaves? They have tiny little openings that absorb air and sunlight so that the plants can grow big and strong. And then you have the stem. Correct. What does the stem do? You're right. It holds the flower. It's the support. It's like the backbone. And then last but not least, what do you have? The flower. And what does the flower do?
It makes seeds.
Correct. It makes new seeds. So now, you have the 4 parts, and it's the roots, leaves, stem, flower. So now, for your guided practice, you're going to do label the parts of a plant. And each part is labeled. Because there are how many parts to each plant? 4 parts, right. And you have a word bank at the bottom, and the 4 parts are what? Flower and what else? Roots and what else? Leaves and what else? Very good. Correct. So now I'm going to give this to you. And I want you to fill out the different parts of the plant. If you need any help, I'm here to help you. Just look at the pictures and see. If you want to start from the bottom, how we learned it, that's fine.
I can't write.
Oh, you need a book. You can use your word bank, and on the side I want you to tell me what each one does. What is its significance to the plant? You all done? Thank you. So today, what did we learn? Right, we learned the parts of a plant. And we learned that every plant has how many parts? 4 parts. And they are the roots, the leaves, the stem, and the flower. And the roots grow deep into the ground, and they absorb the water and the nutrients from the ground to take to the plant. The stem supports the plant. It's the body of the plant. That's where the leaves and the flower grows from. That's where it takes all the nutrients and all the food for the plant. Then you have the leaves, which absorb the sunlight and absorb the air with its tiny little openings. And then you have the flower, which make new seeds so we can see many, 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 many more plants. Right? Thank you.